What's up, boys? This is part 3 of part 4 of splitting this KLX300. It's a 2006 KLX300 Kawasaki. We're splitting it down to this crankshaft here. We're almost there. We're getting the stator right now with the Magneto. We're going to pull off this spacer. It's got some stuff that is actually pretty unique to me I haven't seen. It's got some little case right here. Looks like it might have something to do with oil or something. I have no clue. We're gonna find out here pretty soon though. I have already taken this off, like you might have seen in the first video, to take the top end, to spin the crank. I just pulled the whole cover off so I didn't damage anything. But anyway, we'll get started here. We got our diagram. It's ugly, but it works. So we'll start by taking off these stator cover bolts, the Magneto cover. Be right back. Alright, so we got the stator cover, or yes, Magneto flywheel, whatever you want to call it, cover off. All the bolts appear to be the same size, so you could probably just throw those in a bag if you want. Might be a little bit more resistance for you. Like I said, I did take this off already. You're going to be pulling against a magnet and 2 dowels. So you're going to want to make sure it's lined up pretty good before you start pulling. They're already messed up. Somehow, there we go. Oh. Try to even it back down if I can here. Oh, just got it that way. So it looks like our gasket survived. If you want to reuse it, it's low pressure in there, so I mean I wouldn't see why not. Stator looks good from what I could tell. Pickup unit, or the pickup coil, pickup whatever, yeah, pickup unit. So we'll set that aside for now. Moved on to a bucket, starting to fill. We will now, we'll go ahead and pull off this spacer. Oh, that one really didn't want to come off. So that one's notched in 4 different places. Seems to be in okay condition. Just a little bit of grease on there. We'll put it in a bag, set it aside. Next we will go ahead and I guess pull the Magneto, the flywheel Magneto bolt off right here. Be right back. Alright, so it's a 14 millimeter. Assuming that it's a not reverse threaded bolt, we're good to go. We got 170 pounds on here. Comes off pretty easy. The amount of air your tank holds also has quite a bit to do with how much impact you're gonna have. So if you have a small tank and you're up to like 100 and something pounds, you're still not gonna get as much out of like a 20 gallon with 120 pounds pressure. If that makes any sense. Anyway, that's not what we're here about. So we got that off. I'm gonna release this pressure. I'm gonna pause the video. Alright, so we had to improvise a puller here. I just looked around and found the best thing I could. It came off a street bike, an F3. Not exactly sure what it is, but it's pretty heavy duty and she threads right in. So we're gonna go with it. I put a little bit of grease on there. It's a 12 millimeter, not that it matters. We're gonna be going forward. And I've got no air on here. We'll go ahead and give it like 150 or so. And I'm just gonna hold this as the flywheel as good as I can here. And that worked. Alright, so there's the flywheel, or Magneto, whatever you want to call it. And this is the little tool I use to get it off. So, I mean, you could use anything that's going to thread in there to get this off. You don't really need the special tool. It wasn't even on there that hard, I don't think. Alright, so we got that. We're going to leave the Woodruff key in here. It's pretty loose, so I'm going to take it out, actually, and put it in a bag, but it is going to be sold with the crank. It's a good practice to keep those together. Alright, so we'll set our Magneto in our little bucket down here, and then I guess we'll just keep this handy because we'll probably need that again eventually. Be right back, and I'm going to empty the air out. Alright, next we're going to remove this lower cover right here that goes to our shift shaft, which we will clean up just a tiny bit real quick. If I could find a wire brush. And put some glasses on here. You don't want to get anything in your eyes while you're doing this. It's good to do anyway because if you're splitting the case, you're going to want to clean this off very good before you pull it through. You want to make sure that there's nothing on there, because anything you pull through will get stuck on your case, could burr it up, or, you know, just get some bad stuff in there or whatever. Metal pieces or something if it's all chewed up. Alright, so we got our 8mm again. I'll start on this side. No clue what's behind this. I've never actually seen one. Might just be something that has to do with the that's a 10mm, with the seal or something. Maybe you replace this whole thing and it's the seal for the shaft right there, the shift shaft. So our case just it's just like a little protection case, I guess. Maybe that's where a line runs or something. We'll find out later in the parts catalog. Alright, so we'll go ahead and I'm going to grab the 10. Alright, we'll go ahead and take that nut off. There's a stud with a nut on that one. And a Phillips. So we got that same Phillips, which is the exact same size, so that'll be good. I don't know if that's factory or not, but I'm going to go ahead and stick them inside our little cutout and I'll be right back. Alright, so we got everything out. I can only assume it has some dowels or something to hold this in place. It does have a little some points right here to take it off. We'll try to just wiggle those two, which seems to be working pretty good actually. And there's a gasket behind it. So it's a shift shaft with the cam, the drum cam. We got our shift shaft right here. We got our stopper right here, our cam stopper. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bag this and be right back. Alright, so it appears you can just pull the, wow, that's a small shift shaft. Interesting. We'll go ahead and put the shift shaft assembly inside a bag. Try not to lose that spring or anything, or it might separate. So just keep that together. Let's see what we got. Oh, there is a thrust washer, or just a regular washer behind it. Make sure you get that with the assembly. Be right back. Alright, so next we're going to take off our cam stopper. It's a 10mm. Just kind of hold it and watch your eyes. Try to hold it in place. And then maybe grab some pliers or something along that line to try to get this bad boy to not spring back at you. There's normally a washer you could take off. There's the outside washer. And now it should be a little more loose. You can definitely see it. Let's just turn it to the side. So the spring stayed behind. Let's see, is there? Nope, this looks like a, alright, so you got, oh, snipe. 1 second, I just dropped a piece. Be right back. Alright, found it. So you got these 4 pieces for your stopper, your cam drum stopper. Go ahead and put all that in a bag and label it if you need to. Next, we're just going to be putting this all the way to first gear, as far counterclockwise. Wait, actually, is this? Yeah, we're going to be doing. It shouldn't be reverse thread, so we're going to make sure it's all the way. So you're going to turn your transmission one side or the other to go ahead and turn this all the way counterclockwise as far as you can. That seems to be it. And then we'll stop right there, and looks like maybe a 6mm hex. 5mm hex. And make sure you hold it back and take her off. Make sure it's all the way back before you take before you start putting it to her, because you don't want to mess any gears up in there. So there we are. It's got just one dowel pin. I'm going to put that in a bag. It's actually got a spot for 2 different dowels, but it looks like the spacing is different. So there is no way really to get it mixed up. That even might be a lubrication. That might be like an oil or oil passage. Anyway, we're gonna put this away, and man, I think that is it for this side. We're gonna be splitting the case in the next video. All right, so keep it up. Here's our oil, can't forget our oil plug. The video wouldn't be complete. Boom. All right, so tune up for part 4, coming back pretty soon here. This was a quick one, new to me. Learned a little bit, so like, subscribe. Thanks again everybody that already has liked and subscribed. We'll be making the next video just a few minutes. All right, peace.